Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our webinar. It's a little bit before 9 o'clock here in Vancouver, so we're going to give everybody a few minutes to log on. While we wait and while we settle in, we'd like to do a little icebreaker question. So as you can see up here on the screen, we'd love it if you could share the best book you've ever read and post it in the chat functionality in Zoom. We all, on ThoughtFarmer side, I think with summer approaching, we're all looking for some tips on good summer reading. So use that chat functionality and let us know, if we were presenting book awards today instead of Internet Awards, which book would you nominate? What is your favorite book? So for those of you who just joined just a little before 9 here in Vancouver, we'll probably get started in about 2 or 3 minutes, just giving everybody a chance to log on and get settled in. As you are settled in, feel free to go into the chat in Zoom and let us know what your favorite book is. That's our icebreaker question for the day. And more people keep joining. So good morning, everybody. We're giving it a few more minutes before we get started. We have an icebreaker question again for this ThoughtFarmer webinar. We'd like to know what your favorite book is. So if you have a moment, go into the chat and let us know what your favorite book is. I'm seeing lots of posts here. And honestly, I'm going to save this chat and look all of these up later. Any book by Jodi Picoult. Okay, don't know that writer. I need to chat with you later there. Marketing team, is that our marketing team? Eat, Pray, Love. Yeah. Oh, the Diamond North Credit Union marketing team. Hello. I'll have to chat with you about Jodi Picoult. All right, everybody, we're just going to give it one more minute here. And then we'll get started. And I see there's a few new people here. So again, if you're so willing and would like to share with us your favorite book, the best book you ever read, feel free to do that in the chat window in Zoom. And we'll get started here momentarily in just a minute or two. My slides were getting ahead of me. All right, well, I think we can get started. It's 9:02 here in Vancouver. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our 2021 edition of the ThoughtFarmer Best Intranet Awards. Just some housekeeping items here before we get started. We should take about 30 minutes today, maybe a little bit less in the presentation. And we'll have some room for questions and answers after the presentation ends. So if throughout the presentation, if there's anything that you are wanting to ask our team, feel free to pop that question in the Q&A box in Zoom. You'll see a link to that in your toolbar at the bottom. And we do have a few other ThoughtFarmer staff standing by on the presentation here today. So somebody can either answer your question in line, or we can open it up for some live Q&A at the end of the presentation. We will be recording the session today as well, as we usually do. So we'll share that with you later in a few days, so that if you want to rewatch the Best Intranet Awards, or you want to share it with a coworker or a friend, you can definitely do that. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. And this is our customer success team at ThoughtFarmer. I thought instead of doing just a boring intro slide for myself, I'll introduce the entire team. That's me in the middle. Incidentally, I'm wearing the same shirt today. I did this specifically for this webinar. So it's really just, you can zoom me in and out of this picture, same outfit and everything. I'm Caroline, for those of you that I haven't met or haven't been introduced to. I lead our customer success team here at ThoughtFarmer, and I will be your host for today. So I want to get started just by sharing some love. Most of you here on the call are ThoughtFarmer customers, and we truly, when we say we love you all, we truly mean it. we find it really important to stay in touch with you guys, to stay in touch with our customers, and really keep up to date on all of the great things that you are doing with ThoughtFarmer. But aside from just getting in touch with you, we also find it really important to give our customers every opportunity they have to talk to one another, right? For you guys to share experience and tips and find inspiration in how other people are using ThoughtFarmer. And that's one of the main reasons, honestly, that we host the Best Intranet Awards every year or two. So for 2021, we had a lot of ThoughtFarmer customers submit in the awards this year. This is just a small selection of organizations who submitted. There's lots of them, and truly we have a full coast-to-coast representation here for North America. So really organizations from every corner of North America that have contributed to the contest this year. So what was submitted? We'd like to just take a look and just look at some numbers here. For this year. So you'll see that we had 5 different intranet mascots that we noticed in among all of these submissions. And we always just love intranet mascots and seeing what our customers come up with. We have lots of animals, like I've seen owls and dogs and eagles, but then also, spaceships and even bananas, believe it or not. So that was lots of fun to go through. We also love that you all came out in strong numbers again this year to vote on on your favorite intranet, right? Through our People Choice Award. So more on that later, but it was really great to just see how everybody went in there and voted for their favorite ThoughtFarmer intranet this year. So what we're really here for, though, is to know who won, right? Who takes away the prize this year, or the prizes. And just before we start with that, just a review of the categories. We have 4 categories for our Best Intranet Awards: design, impact, innovation, and last but not least, of course, our People's Choice Award I just talked about. So we're going to start up with design, right? The award for Best Intranet Design is an award that we like to hand out to the ThoughtFarmer intranet that is the most visually appealing, has the best built out design, the best looking, if you will. So let's take a look at our 3 finalists. First up, we have MavTech with MavTech Life. We have Auto, intranet by Triumph Bank, and Spark by True Community Credit Union. So we're going to start with the runner-ups here. So in 3rd place, we are happy to congratulate True Community Credit Union. Now, their intranet is called Shared Platform for Accessing Resources and Knowledge, or SPARK for short, which definitely sounds a little snappier. And True Community came up with the name SPARK through running a naming contest with their staff, something that we see a lot of ThoughtFarmer customers do. So SPARK here was the winner. And True Community, they didn't only develop an awesome intranet, but they also really developed their very own intranet mascot. You can see him up on the right-hand side of the header there. It's Sparky the dog, and they said that Sparky really brought their artistic vision of the internet to life. You'll see that the design that they chose is consistent throughout Spark. True Community really wanted to design something clean, simple, colorful, and fun, and we feel that they've really achieved that. As an example, you can see here for the thumbnail images up on this screenshot, they've overlaid all of the relevant images in the thumbnails with patterns and colors from their intranet brand palette to ensure that that experience, that intranet look remained very cohesive. And congratulations to True Community. We are going to see who is our runner-up. The 2nd place goes to MavTech. Now, MavTech named their intranet MavTech Life, MTL, and the MTL is based on their home city. They're based in Montreal, Canada. And what truly struck us here with MavTech Live is that really polished design. They said the look and feel of their intranet is designed to reflect the team's sparkling personality. In their own words, they said, "We're very bright, somewhat bold, and always colorful." And we feel like that definitely comes through here. We are just, if you look at this screen here, the way that they have kind of like and I'm still not sure how they've done it, to be quite honest, but the rainbow swirl that kind of flows through from the page header into all of the different thumbnail images is extremely well done. This is their COVID-19 section, and they've branded it, like they said, very, very sparkling, very bold, very, very colorful. So a well-deserved second place to MavTech Life. So that means that our winner in the design category is Triumph Bank and Auto. There we go. First place to Triumph Bank Corp. Congratulations. Where to start? I mean, first off, the mascot, it's an otter. And for those who know me, you'll know that I'm absolutely obsessed with otters. That said, I stayed impartial in the voting of this category. But yeah, the otter definitely gets a plus sign here on my personal behalf. Now, Triumph wanted their intranet to be a place where their team members, their staff could get all of the most up-to-date information about their organization. And that's why they chose for the name of their intranet, One Team Today. And that's derived, it's kind of a play on an internal tagline that they have at Triumph, which is #OneTeam. So in their own words, they said, from there, we decided to personify our intranet, researching different types of mascots. We chose an otter because they are considered social animals that are symbols of happiness and never-ending curiosity. Shortening One Team Today, we selected the name Otto the Otter for our mascot. So yeah, we feel like what really sets Otto apart and what sets Otto's design apart is the attention to detail in the design, right? So obviously, Triumph has created a custom theme, applied the brand and the mascots to every really conceivable location of the intranet. And in addition to applying colors and typography, of course, based on the Otto brand, they also added iconography and background design elements that are based on Triumph's core values and Triumph's different business lines. So you'll notice that here in the kind of the dark navy background pattern, all of those icons that you see reflected in there go back to the different business lines that are part of the organization and also their core values. So that's really smartly done. And they've really, the extent that they've used Otto in the theme is really what warmed our heart. Otto is a character. Of course, he even has his own profile page, complete with otter facts. He even has a significant otter, one might say, Olive here, his partner in life. And this profile and all of the information and the attention to detail, this just kills me, right? I mean, his favorite sports team is the Missouri River Otters. His favorite food is sea urchins. It just goes on, and we just love every single bit of it. In the words of the Otto team or the Triumph team, they said, and they said this along with their submission, the ThoughtFarmer platform combined with Otto's design supports our strategic initiatives to improve communication, strengthen our culture, facilitate knowledge sharing, create efficiencies for team members, and enhance collaborations across the enterprise. So really big congrats to Triumph Bank, to Otto for this well-deserved win in the design category. Next up is impact. So the next Best Intranet Award goes to the intranet that has had the biggest impact in the organization, right? We're looking here at companies that have seen big positive changes in their organizations that can be attributed back to the intranet. So think about an increase in productivity or an increase in staff engagement, those types of stories. So let's take a look at the finalists. We have, again, 3 shortlisted winners here. First up is BERT by Capital Region BOCES. We have iConnect by CAS, and then Evo1 by Evo Payments. And the figurative drum roll is going to happen here right now, announcing the 3rd place in the impact category, and that one goes to Evo1. Intranet by Evo Payments. So Evo's intranet is essentially, it's a home base for their 2,200 employees. And those employees are all working across 14 countries, so very globally dispersed. And for them, EvoOne promotes kind of that sense of community within the organization where everybody's kind of far away from each other. Now, aside from the usual intranet functionality, EvoOne also hosts creative team building competitions on their intranet, which we thought was really neat. One thing they did last year was a cooking competition. It was a very popular staff event. And the winners of the competition actually received professionally printed cookbooks that had all of the recipes that staff submitted during that competition. So that was, we thought that was a really neat idea. And they also, one thing they also do, and it goes back to the main purpose of EvoOne, is they share initiatives that their team take part in across their global communities and then showcase those in virtual town hall meetings on EvoOne, town hall meetings that are hosted by their executive team. From their submitting team, a quote here: "The overall impact that EvoOne has had upon our global workforce is truly astounding and will only continue to grow." So big congrats to Evo Payments, and we can't wait to see what you guys have in store for EvoOne next. Second place goes to CAS and iConnect. So CAS actually launched 4 months before the pandemic hit. And their intranet iConnect was really critical in keeping all of their staff, all 1,500 of their staff, connected to each other while everybody started to work remotely really suddenly. And they say that staff have really embraced and celebrated their ability to create collaboration spaces on iConnect. They've hosted more than a few fun and engaging events. And for them, ThoughtFarmer Analytics, which is the analytics package that comes with your ThoughtFarmer Intranet, it has really opened doors for them to provide information that's helping them shape future communications, right? So they're using those insights and really using it to decide on what the next communications are going to look like, what people are looking for. In the words of the CAS team, they say, "The vision of CAS is improving people's life through the transforming power of chemistry." That's the business they are in. With the help of ThoughtFarmer, we've been able to continue to provide that vision to people all over the world, advancing the broader chemistry enterprise and its practitioners for the benefit of Earth and its people. And if that's not enough, we get to have fun through the entire journey. And I think the screenshot we're seeing here attests to that. Honestly, we just talked about otters. All of us at ThoughtFarmer, I mean, we have our own pet gallery. We love animals. I am just looking at this cat in the orange hat, and it just puts the biggest smile on my face. So we hope that you guys continue to have that fun and that sense of community. So thanks so much, and big congrats to CAS for the runner-up place in the impact category. And that, of course, means that BOCES and BERT is our winner in the impact category here. So let's take a closer look at that. Now, the Capital Region BOCES team, they use their intranet most recently to launch an employee recognition program. 3 years after they launched in 2019, they actually did a big staff survey and noticed that while employees were really enjoying their jobs and their roles, there was some feedback around staff seeking a more collaborative culture with a bigger focus on recognition. It was something that was lacking. So the Capital Region BOCES team, they realized they needed to address this and show their employees how much they were appreciated. They kind of backed that up with some research by the Boston Consulting Group, who surveyed about 200,000 employees. And all of those people were asked their #1 reasons for why they enjoy work, why they like their job. And the answer was, in a majority of the cases, just feeling appreciated, knowing that I'm doing well and being recognized for that. So the Capital Region BOCES team developed a 3-tier employee recognition plan with the goal to really build a culture of gratitude and appreciation. And it was officially launched in March of 2019. And BERT, their intranet, really was the driving force in the rollout of this program. It was a company-wide program with a big focus of the built-in shout-out feature. So this is the 3 tiers of the recognition program. So the first tier, as you can see, is really advocate for the use of the existing shout-out feature in ThoughtFarmer and BERT. monthly awards, and then tier 3 also extra mile annual awards that are handed out to staff. So up here, so all of the communications were driven through BERT. Up here, you can see the initial announcement or teaser, if you will, that lets staff know that this program is underway. And here is one of the posts that is actually celebrating and recognizing one of the staff members, Travis Kench. Now, the recognition hub on BERT has featured over 20 award recipients since March 2019. And the BOSIS team has really seen, they say that they've really seen an increase and a surge in just staff posting spontaneous congratulations and comments of appreciations. And it's really gone up on BERT, and they find it a really heartwarming and rewarding thing that has happened on their intranet. So for BOSIS, for Capital Region BOSIS, this is a tremendous culture shift for them. And we just really think that they are a very well-deserved winner here in the impact category. So congrats to the BERT and BOSIS team. All right, so that brings us to the third category here, innovation, and that one goes to the intranet that shows obviously the most innovation in their intranet. We're looking for organizations here that are using their intranet in a unique, innovative way, whether that is through a neat integration or really just an innovative way to use existing ThoughtFarmer functionality. We've seen great things across the board here. So again, we got our waving owl, bear, and fox here, introducing our finalists in the innovation category. And they are Operation Smile with Sam. We have Stella, who is Stikeman Elliott's intranet. Stikeman Elliott is a law firm. And a familiar face here, True Community Credit Union with Spark. So let's take a look at who snags third place here. And it's none other than Stikeman Elliott and Stella. Now, when we looked at Stikeman Elliott's submission, we really noticed that they have a couple of really creative initiatives that they are running on Stella. And it's using our customization capabilities in ThoughtFarmer. They came up with two extensions that we thought were really innovative. The first one is what they call Works With. It's a customization that really is meant to highlight the relationships that are typical within a law firm. So there's really a lot of one-to-many relationships between lawyers or partners and assistants or paralegal staff. So they wanted to make sure that their profiles, their people directory really reflects very well how that relationship structure works. So they have added a customization to the profile and people directory page that really visually gives that information, as that kind of reporting structure changes very often within law firms, sometimes even on a daily basis. So that was a really neat way that they customized how relationship management happens in ThoughtFarmer. A second thing they did is they implemented a Hear My Name functionality. And it's really just an add-on, again, to profile pages, as well as the people directory. And it allows staff to click a button to hear the correct way to pronounce a colleague's name, which is a very simple thing. But I mean, speaking for myself, I have a really unusual and long name, and it gets mispronounced often. And I can totally empathize with the anxiety that happens when you need to introduce yourself to somebody who you don't know quite well. You're not sure how their name is pronounced. So it's a little thing, but it goes a really long way to kind of facilitate that connection between people. So we thought that was really clever. So really big congrats to Stella and to the Stikeman Elliott team for their third place in the innovation category. Second place, runner-up in this category, goes to Operation Smile and the SAM team. So what Operation Smile did actually is they have a lot of, obviously they work globally. They work through a lot of volunteer programs and volunteer missions. And what they did is they extended ThoughtFarmer via an API and built a critical information system on its global volunteer missions and programs. Now, prior to launching their intranet, prior to launching SAM, This database was only able to be accessed by a limited number of staff. And now with this integration on SAM, all staff can access all of this, all of the information in the programming schedule right away. They can download it, they can manipulate it on the intranet, and really use it to find the information they need in real time without having to go and try and have access to that database. They also have a quick view dashboard. It's called Missions This Month, that kind of captures the information that is most frequently needed, all through that customization. From the SAM team, what they said with their submission, they said before launching our intranet, less than 10% of staff were able to access the database. Now it's one of the highest viewed pages. During the COVID-19 pandemic, many of the missions changed, so this information became more critical than ever. Really innovative way to kind of use the extension capabilities in ThoughtFarmer. So big congrats to Operation Smile on that runner-up position. And surprise, surprise, of course, that means that Spark is our winner in the innovative category here, True Community Credit Union. And our panel of judges awarded True Community Credit Union as the winner in the innovative category, honestly, for their overall inventive and innovative way of taking built-in ThoughtFarmer functionality and really taking it to the next level. They've shown a lot of creativity in extending that functionality and really mold it to the needs of their organization and their staff. So we're going to look at a few examples here, and honestly, even everything on the slide is not, it doesn't even capture the extent of what they're doing with Spark. It's really quite neat to see, but just some highlights. So what first struck us is how True Community are using their homepage and different sections on the intranet to display critical status dashboards. So staff can access those dashboards really quickly and easily, and it kind of reduces the need for them to send out mass emails when something in the systems or the company is kind of triggering safety risks for employees. So this example here is the risk status that you see here. So different status levels, and that displays kind of the current risk status for branches, as well as any details that are needed relating to that. Similarly, they have a machine status page, right? It just lets staff know at a glance if there's certain bank or card printing machines that are out of order and in which branches. And this is something completely different, but another innovative way that they're using ThoughtFarmer is they've actually customized the profile pages and added profile fields that connect people with similar interests, and also actually gives employees a chance to select how they prefer to be recognized. Like you can see here up on the screen, we thought that was really neat and something we haven't seen before. So yeah, all of this and more, honestly, really innovative way of using ThoughtFarmer. Definitely a lot of things we haven't seen before. So big congrats to Spark and the True Community Credit Union team for their win in the innovation category. And that, of course, brings us to the fourth, definitely not least category here, People's Choice, the intranet that you guys chose as the winner, right? As we like to say, an intranet of the people, by the people, for the people. So really, we've listened to all of you guys' voices. For those of you who voted on the community site, thank you. You guys came out, like I said, in big numbers, and there were a lot of submissions to review. So we appreciate that you went through them and really gave the thumbs up for your favorite intranet 2021. And without further ado, the winner is Operation Smile. You guys voted for Operation Smile, and Sam, big congrats to the Operation Smiles team. And of course, we've talked about them a few slides ago when we reviewed their submission in the innovation category. The biggest positive change, honestly, that Operation Smile has seen with SAM, as they attested to in their submission, has been in the realm of communications, right? They are dispersed globally. With SAM, every country has access to the intranet, and it's being really adopted across the globe. But more importantly, it has actually connected the headquarters office more with the in-country staff. They feel less disconnected. Headquarters has access to stories directly from the field in different countries, which was something new for them. So for them, that has really had a big impact. Now, we talked about internet mascots before, and you may have some questions about the banana. We certainly had questions about the banana. Let me tell you, it's not a mascot that we see often. Honestly, there's only one banana in all of the ThoughtFarmer intranets here. And so we asked Operation Smile, but who is Sam? Who's the banana? And so with their submission, they included the origin story of Sam, of the banana. And it's a really great story. And I would like to read it to you guys in the words of the original Operation Smile founder, Dr. Bill Magee. And I'm just going to read it to you as it was sent to us by Amy. For those of you who are scratching your head wondering how a banana could possibly tie into the Operation Smile mission and vision, I introduce to you the banana story. Back in 1982, before even the idea of Operation Smile entered our brains, Kathy and I, so Kathleen is Dr. Bill Magee's wife, they're both plastic surgeons. Kathy and I went on a mission trip to the Philippines with a group of our friends. The night before we left Naga City, the local hospital hosted a dinner to thank everyone for their efforts toward the mission. The head of the hospital begged us to come back with absolutely no anger or hostility in her voice. Her invitation was genuine, and it struck me with quite a bit of awe. You see, we were only able to treat about 40 kids in this mission, turning away some 250 plus children and their families. It was one of the most unexpected and heartfelt experiences I've ever had in my life. I went to the Philippines as a young plastic surgeon in order to gain more experiences in the skill of cleft lip and cleft palate surgeries. After only a few days in Naga City, I was feeling incredibly guilty that so many individuals would be left without cleft care. There was no one in the region at all to take care of people with cleft conditions. So the children that we turned away were destined for exclusion without the opportunity to ever interact with their communities in a meaningful way. As we were departing Naga City, we passed a mother who had come to see us on screening day. She approached Kathy and I, along with her 8-year-old daughter who had a cleft lip and was one of the 250 kids that were turned away. With a basket full of ripe bananas in her arms, she said, "I wanted to give you a gift. These bananas are the only thing I can afford, but I want to give you something to show my appreciation for trying to care for my daughter." I replied with overwhelming thanks and the promise of next year, but I knew there was no next year at this stage in the game. During our encounter, there wasn't a dry eye among the three of us. I believe it was at this moment that Operation Smile was born. We had to go back. It just wasn't right to not help these kids. I'd witnessed a beautiful land and a beautiful culture that had an incredible need, and our job was nowhere near done. On the way home, Kathy and I talked about how we could get a group of our friends together and come back next year to help those we had turned away. And that's ultimately what we did. So this cute little mascot might be just a banana to some. It symbolizes hope, gratitude, and the promise of a better tomorrow for us, perfectly chosen to represent SAM. SAM, name of their intranet, is short for Smiles Across Miles, which really, of course, goes back and reflects the core mission that Operation Smile works on every day. A really, not a dry eye left in the ThoughtFarmer team as well. Such a heartwarming and inspirational story. And honestly, we couldn't be happier to that our audience, our customers have chosen to honor Operation Smile and SAM with the People's Choice Award. Really big congrats. All right, those were all our winners, and winners. It's not just fame and glory here today. There is an actual prize attached to your finalism in the Best Intranet Awards. All of our winners, runner-ups, and third place will get a gift card that can be used toward our card marketplace. Our card marketplace, if you haven't been aware of it before, on our community site, you can find the card marketplace. It has a collection of ThoughtFarmer add-ons, little mini apps, if you will. And there are a lot of them that come at a cost, which is where the gift card comes in handy. But there's also a bunch of free ones. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely go there and take a look at our most popular ones. But one more thing. Like we said, this is why we do Best Intranets every 2 years. We love you, we value our customers, We want to show our appreciation and celebrate all of the great things that you do with your ThoughtFarmer Intranet. In fact, we love you so much that we would like to give you a free ticket to Thought Summit. If you were not aware, Thought Summit is our biannual conference. It's on again next week. It will have a virtual format this year, but it's happening, and we'd love for all of you guys to join here. So we have included in our deck a coupon code, Best Intranets 2021. You can use that coupon code for a free ticket to Thought Summit. The link is up here on the screen. So we hope that if you haven't registered yet, that you will do so and join us next week. We have an amazing line of speakers that are lined up for next week. So we think you'll definitely enjoy the conference. Should you already have purchased a ticket towards Thought Summit, email us here at engage@thoughtfarmer.com. We'd be happy to refund your order and make sure that you are able to attend for free. That is it here for today. Again, thank you so much for attending today. Thank you if you voted for any of your favorite intranets. Thanks for casting your vote. And of course, thank you so much and congratulations to everyone who submitted in the contest, and also to all of our winners. That is what we have here for the presentation today. I'll just take a quick look here now to see if there are any questions. And let me just quickly go and find my Q&A panel. I see a lot of book recommendations, but we do not have any questions so far. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in the Q&A box. Of course, if any questions come to you after the presentation today, just again, email us at engage@thoughtfarmer.com and we'll be happily answering your questions. We have recorded the session today, so our team will be following up with you in the next few days with a link to the recording, so that if you want to see it again or want to share it with a coworker, especially for those of you who were winners today, you can definitely do that, and we'll make sure that you have that recording in hand. With that said, I don't see any questions right now, so I think we can wrap the presentation up. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And oh, sorry, before I close, there is a question from Barbara. Where are these special cards used in the Spark website? If you're talking about Spark, the True Community Credit Union winner, Barbara, I'm not sure if they're actually using any of the cards that we have up on the marketplace. So I'd be happy to kind of like follow up with Corey, who's our main contact at True Community, and see if they use any. But if you're looking for the card marketplace, you can find that on our community site, community.thoughtfarmer.com, and just search for marketplace, and you will see all of the cards that we have hosted there. Will is asking, what are some of the most popular cards in the card marketplace? Oof, good question. Actually, our most popular one by far is something we call Falling Fun. It started off with a custom card our team created for one of our customers who wanted to have a festive touch to their intranet by having snowflakes fall across the intranet homepage. So we built that for them, and they loved it so much that next fall they came back and said, like, hey, can you do the same thing, but like with falling leaves? So our team went back and actually extended the functionality, and it now allows you to grab any emoji or any image and make that into confetti or falling emoji confetti on your intranet. In fact, we have somebody on our team who's especially fond of Justin Timberlake, and one of our team members actually added this card to their profile page, and there's just like falling Justin Timberlakes all over their profile page. I won't reveal who that is on the ThoughtFarmer team. I'll have you guys find that out for yourselves, but we've had lots of fun with that one. Other popular cards are a gamification card which adds, it awards users and staff members with little badges on their profile when they add content, when they comment on a page, when they update their profile picture, things like that. Gosh, we have a custom reporting card. Honestly, there's so many amazing things there. The marketplace themselves, if you go and visit there, it is actually a collection of our most popular customizations, but it doesn't end there. There's much more customization options than what's in the marketplace. So if you ever have something in mind and you think like, gosh, I wish I could do this or that with ThoughtFarmer, it's always worth just reaching out to our team on our help desk to see if we could work on that with you. We have Tim and Kathy in our professional services team who are rock stars, and I won't say they can do everything, but they can do a lot. So if you ever have a need for that, just feel free to get in touch. All right, with that, I think that is everything for us here in Vancouver. Thank you so much for joining. Look out for the recording, and wishing you all a very great Wednesday, and hope to speak to all of you soon. Thanks so much, everyone.